started with the lesson. That is, we started with the lesson how do organisms reproduce, and we also learned the type we learned the different types of asexual reproduction. We learned what is asexual reproduction, and now we have to start with sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, just let us recall once. Asexual reproduction, the main difference between sexual and asexual reproduction is that, right? Asexual reproduction, we don't see the formation of gametes, and when we look at the definition for sexual reproduction, we see that a sexual reproduction involves formation and fusion of gametes, right? Gametes are formed, not only formation of gametes, the gametes will be fused. Now, let us see what are gametes, right? So, gametes, these are special cells. Gametes are special cells, or we can say specialized cells. They are not normal cells, right? Our body is made up of cells, right? The cells which are produced in our body, cells which are present in our body cell is quite different compared to the gametes which are produced in the gonads. Okay, so gametes, it is produced in gonads. It is produced in gonads, and you should know very well, sexual reproduction takes place only in higher plants and higher animals. Okay, so sexual reproduction takes place in higher plants and higher animals. Okay, higher plants and higher animals. So what is this higher plant? So we are referring only here about angiosperms. Angiosperms only we are going to learn here in this class, and higher animals we are referring the vertebrates. We see formation of gametes in a few plants, that is even in gymnosperms we see, and even in few invertebrates also we see. But we are not going to learn about them because majority, when we talk about sexual reproduction, what comes to our mind is the higher plants and higher animals. Higher animals means the vertebrates, and higher plants means the angiosperm. Okay, because why we are talking about higher plants and higher animals means here we can see sexual reproduction actually it is seen in group of organism called unisexual organism. Sexual reproduction is seen in unisexual organism. So what is this unisexual organism? Unisexual organism means where the sexes are separate. Where the sexes are separate. What does this mean? What does sexes separate means? Where we can find the male organism, separate male organism and separate female organism. Why we are saying that separate means there are some organism in which it has both male reproductive structure is also there, female reproductive cells will also be present in case of tapeworm. Okay, so that's why they are called bisexual organism, and we are all called unisexual organism because we have male organism separate and female organism separate. Such organisms are called unisexual organism, and sexual reproduction is seen in such kind of organism. Unisexual nature is seen only in a higher plants and animals, right? So now let us come back to gametes. So gametes are produced in gonads. Already we have learnt about gonads. So we have male gonad and female gonad. So which is the male gonad? Male gonad is called testis and female gonad is called ovary. And in the testis and ovary only the gametes are produced. Okay, the testis will produce the male gamete called sperm, and the female gamete is produced in the ovaries. Because two ovary are there. So ovary, which we refer it as ova or ovum or egg. Okay. So now sexual reproduction is a type of reproduction where gametes are form and fusion of gametes also seen. Okay. So what are gametes? They are specialized cells. Gametes are also referred as germ cells. Germ cells, or it is also called reproductive cells. They are the reproductive cells. And where it is produced? It is produced only in the gonads, right? In the male gonad, that is testis. In a female gonad, that is ovary. Okay. So, testis will produce a sperm, that is the gamete, and ovary, the gonad, which will produce a female gamete called ova, or egg. Anything you can refer. Okay. So, let us come back to the definition. What does it say? It says that gametes are formed and fusion is also formed. So what is fusion? Fusion is nothing but fertilization. So what is fertilization? It is the fusion of male and female gamete. Male and female gamete. This is female, this is male. Okay. So fusion of male and female gamete is called fertilization. Now, male parent is there. Female parent is there, because we know very well sexual reproduction involves two parents. Asexual reproduction involves only single parent. So here we have two individuals, right? So the male produces sperm, the gamete, and female produces a female gamete, that is ova, or egg. Anything you can see. Now, these gametes, the gametes will, these are the cells, okay, will fuse. They fertilize and they form a zygote. It will form a fertilized egg, which we refer it as zygote. It forms a fertilized egg, which we call it zygote. Now, the question is, the sperm will be carrying some amount of, it carries certain number of chromosomes. Right? So let us take the example of human being only. In our cell, you take any cell in our body, each and every cell will contain 46 number of chromosome. 46 number of chromosome, or you can say 23 pairs of chromosome. You take any cell from our body. Okay, so whether you take our muscle cells, or you take the skin cells, or from the eyes, nose, heart, lung, you take any cell from our body, it will contain 46 number of chromosome, or we say 23 pairs of chromosomes, right? So now, this is also cell, this is also a cell. Now, if this cell carries 46 number of chromosome and ova is also carrying 46 number of chromosome, then the zygote will contain 92, right? Because sexual reproduction involves what? Creating a young ones, right? So the baby form will be containing 92. Then it will be abnormal, isn't it? Because it is getting double set, right? Double set of chromosome is getting. Do you think it will happen like that? No, it will not happen like that, because we know very well, right? Whatever the baby is for will have the same number of chromosome what the parents will have. So how it is done? This is actually a problem, isn't it, right? 46 number of chromosome is there. From each it will fuse and it will form 92. But it will not happen like that. Why it will not happen like that? Because I told you in the previous video about two types of cell division. That is mitosis and meiosis cell division. Mitosis cell division is what? Mitosis cell division is called equational cell division. Equational cell division. Okay, try to understand. Equational cell division means what? That means a cell is dividing and it has 46 number of chromosome and it forms two daughter cells. It forms 2 daughter cells, and each daughter cells will have 46 number of chromosome only, because you know the DNA copying takes place, right? Whenever cell is going to divide, it will undergo DNA replication. That's how each daughter cells will get 46 number of chromosome, isn't it? So this type, this mitosis cell division, we actually see in all our body cell, because mitosis cell division helps in our growth. It will help in our growth, okay, cell replacement, right, and healing. From all those things, mitosis takes place. But when it comes to the formation of gametes, so when gametes are formed, I told you gametes are not formed right from the beginning, right? Mitosis we see throughout our life cycle, we see mitosis cell division. But when it comes to meiosis cell division, I told you, meiosis cell division starts from certain age. After the boy or girl reaches the age of puberty, that is teenage, right? So that is when the meiosis cell division will start their body from the age of puberty, from the age to certain age. Then you will see meiosis cell division. Okay, so now meiosis cell division helps in the formation of gametes. Meiosis cell division helps in the formation of gametes. And I told you gametes are special cell. How it is special? It is special because these cells will contain only one set of chromosome. It will contain only one set of chromosome. If it is 46 number of chromosomes are there in all our body cells, but gametes will contain only 23 number of chromosome. So if it is 46 number of chromosome, what do we call that? We call it diploid. Diploid chromosome, diploid number of chromosome, or we say 2n number of chromosome, or we say double set of chromosome. So where do we see this double set of chromosome? In all our body cells we have double set of chromosome. So where do you find the single set of chromosome? This is single set of chromosome. So gametes will contain single set of chromosome, or we say n number of chromosome, or we say haploid number of chromosome. Gametes are haploid. Okay, so this is done by meiosis cell division. So what does meiosis cell division do? It will reduce the 2n number of chromosome. 2n means what? Double set of chromosome to n number of chromosome. 2n number of chromosome is reduced to n number of chromosome, that is diploid number of chromosome is reduced to haploid number of chromosome. That is the beauty of sexual reproduction, because the meiosis ensures the gene stability. See now, meiosis has reduced the double set of chromosome to single set of chromosome, and the gametes will always carry only single set of chromosome. If it is 46 number of chromosome is there in all our body, the gametes will contain only single set of chromosome. The reason is that these cells will fuse. Formation and fusion of gametes takes place. So these two cells, the germ cells, will fuse, and the resulting zygote will have 46 number of chromosomes. So all this takes place in our body when the gametes are formed. So where exactly it is formed? It is formed in the testis in case of male. Okay. So you know the testis. We'll be learning about the testis everything in when we start with the human reproductive system. So we'll be learning like this structure, what we see in male reproductive system. This is testis. Okay, this is testis. For formation of testis, mitosis cell division is required. But inside the testis, to form the sperm, meiosis cell division is required, which will make sure. And when we are talking about this is, I told you testis, and if you are talking about female reproductive system, so this is our female reproductive system. Okay, so this is where we find the ovary. These are the ovary, right? To form this ovary, mitosis cell division is required, because mitosis, I told you, it helps in the growth and development. Inside this ovary, they undergo meiosis cell division, which will help in the formation of gametes. So meiosis makes sure it is reduced, so that when these two individuals will fuse, the resulting zygote will get the exact number of chromosomes, not more, not less. Okay, so this is about sexual reproduction, and I know now you have understood. To some extent you must have understood. Now let us see the sperm and egg. Differences between sperm and egg. Now sperm, you know, it's a male gamete, and ovum or egg means the same. Okay, so this is the male gamete. Sperm is male gamete and this is female gamete. Ova is female gamete. Sperm is motile. Motile means what? It will move. Compared to ova, it is small in size. Small in size, and it will have reserve food. It will have reserve food, which will help. This food will help in nourishing the sperm. And this is female gamete, and it is non-motile. It is non-motile means it does not move. It is large in size, and it will have lot of reserve food. Okay. So if at all you want like the structure of ova, sperm, it will have like this head-like structure. It will have, and it will have a tail. So this is head, and it is tail. This is the gamete. Okay, I am talking about gamete. I am not in no way telling about the organ. No, I am not talking about the sexual organ. I am not talking about the gonads. I am only telling about the gametes. This is the gametes, which is produced in the testes. We will be learning about it. And this is the egg. So that's about the difference. All these are important. Differences between sperm and ova, everything. And in what way the number of chromosomes is maintained in the organism which undergoes sexual reproduction. That also you should know. It is because of meiosis cell division, which will help in reducing the double set of chromosome into single set of chromosome, because sexual reproduction involves fusion and formation and fusion of gametes. Right? So it has to reduce. So the resulting zygote, resulting embryo will get the correct number of chromosomes. Now let us learn the sexual reproduction in higher plants.